You know what they say that and I remember doing a sermon a long time ago about it. I showed a picture of it. The Easter bunny rabbit iconography comes from one of the Greco-Roman gods. I believe it's Artemis of hunting, and it's tied in with resurrection, rebirth, all this kind of thing. But it's also tied in with basically the sex god Artemis,
Yes.
who comes and visits hunters at night.
And this is a rabbit?
It's a rabbit. There's a rabbit is one of her companions or something like that. You know, and she visits hunters, lonely hunters at night, and then descends upon them and rapes them. But she's the perpetual virgin, is what they say.
I see.
Oh my gosh, how absurd is that? It's like these ancient, peoples are trying to find any way to sort of deify porn in their goddesses, and this is really what their goddesses become. They just become icons of quote beauty, and they're always exemplified by a young, youthful, teen or 20-year-old, which then has sexual power. Which, because we know evolutionarily, microevolutionarily speaking, Christians don't believe in macro, but microevolutionary speaking, beauty is characterized with youthfulness, is characterized with sexuality because of children and the continuation of the gene set. Okay, but iconographically, it becomes Artemis, it becomes Aphrodite, it becomes these different goddesses which represent different things, but in the end they represent beauty and fertility. The goddess cults are always representing fertility, which then always gets tied to sex, which then mostly perpetuates a culture of temple prostitution. And with temple prostitution, then you have child trafficking. Okay. That was what was happening in many of these Aphrodite cults in the Roman world. They had, quote, priestesses dressed in all holy robes, but only to bang. You can have sex with them, and that would display the glory and the compassion of the goddess that would give you these beautiful women to have sex with because they loved you so much, and make sure you pay your tax to them. You see that? It's totally sex trafficking, and it's a legitimization of basically buying and selling young girls into a pseudo-religious justification for exploiting free sex culture. So it's definitely a satanic culture, and that's why Christianity has railed against it. And from the very beginning, the Christians that were witnessing in the Roman areas were completely against these goddesses, and they would actually smash the idols. There's one part in the Bible where one of the makers of these goddess idols is so angry because Paul is attracting people to Christianity, and making them understand the danger of worshiping idols. And so people are shattering their idols or getting rid of them. And so the market for these idols is hurt by the presence of Christianity. And so in one of the chapters, I believe it's in Luke, but in one of the chapters, they mention that this great Greek idol carver, is very pissed, very angry. Anyways, that's that. As Easter is coming up, we certainly don't have any Easter bunny Greco-Roman demonology iconography up. But I don't. It's so ridiculous. The egg. See, fertility. the egg fertility, right? The Easter eggs, right? And rabbits, the quote, they're very R-type. They're very free sex culture. They don't mate with one mate. They have just rabbit sex with everybody and just have as many babies as possible. What is that chapter?
Acts 19.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's in Acts. Okay, there you're
An
right.
idol
You're
maker
right.
named
That makes
Demetrius
sense.
had a profitable
Demetrius,
business
yeah,
for
yeah.
himself,
Yeah, that's
making
it.
silver shrines
That's it.
for
That's it.
Artemis,
Yep, Artemis. There you go. That's the hunting.
also known as Diana by the
goddess.
Romans.
Yeah, that's right, Diana. And I think this is what Wonder Woman is made of. Wonder Woman is, I think, in terms of, she is the Artemis goddess. So she's actually Diana. That's right. That's right. Wonder Woman. That's what these movies are now positioning her as. I don't know if traditionally that was the case. I never read those comics, but from the modern movies, Gal Gadot plays Wonder Woman, who is supposed to be a Greek goddess. So again they're pushing pantheism and the Greek pantheon again, the free sex Greek pantheon upon people. Now Wonder Woman, they didn't. They presented her as like almost like a morally chaste person, right? She doesn't rape the men. She doesn't have sex with all these men. They presented her as so innocent. She didn't even know what sex was. And she walking around in miniskirts all day and a bikini, running around fighting in wars with a bikini on. And she lays down near the troop, and she's so naive and so unexperienced in sex and sexuality that she lays down to a soldier with no understanding of that sexual context. Yeah, I'm really sure that is what the Greeks thought of as Artemis. Really sure, huh? Ridiculous. She's a bikini-clad nun. Basically, they're trying to position her as a nun, so ethically and morally pure. While she runs around in a bikini, cutting people's heads off. And then she's supposed to be Diana of the Greek goddess pantheon. Oh, come, it's ridiculous. It's so absurd.